So in my previous circuit bending video I said I was going to avoid bending the original Speak and Spell because lots of other people have done it and it just seemed a bit obvious. Now I'm going to do exactly what I said before I wasn't going to do, and I'm going to open this up and see if I can make anything interesting. I just keep looking at videos of it online and I've decided that I want a piece of the action too, because that would sound really good in my band. I've been using the Super Speak and Spell quite a bit in live performances. And I'd say that's been pretty successful, but this just has such a nice robotic sound to it, it would be a shame not to have a go. Some of these buttons are a bit old, which is probably good really. I got this off eBay for not very much. It's in okay state of repair, but I feel guilty circuit bending a pristine condition circuit Speak and Spell. As always, there's plenty of material available online for existing ways of doing this that people have found. I'm going to experiment a little bit, but having research like this is always helpful as well. I'm going to use what's known by some people as the chopsticks method now for connecting together two parts of the circuit board with a generic piece of wire and seeing if that produces any unexpected results while the unit's running. And then if it does, I'll just have to mentally bookmark that particular combination of pins and see if I can wire them together later on. Not doing this in any particular order, just seeing really. Oh, I did something. One of the things I'm being especially wary of with circuit bending is that it can reduce the operational life of the unit, and because I want to be using this in a live music environment, I don't want to do anything that's going to cause too much likelihood of harm to the Speak and Spell, so I'm only going to probably do a maximum of 4 or 5 bends, maybe less, and I'm not going to experiment like this for too much because I might overload something. That's nice. I think we're just about done on this. I'm going to try and put the case back on. Obviously, because this gadget wasn't designed with additional components in mind, there's a limited amount of space inside the housing, and I've had to be quite careful how I managed to cram all these extra parts in. Unfortunately, one drawback from this is that when I put the case back on, you're going to see on the front the new components are arranged in quite a haphazard looking pattern. So there we are, all done. What have I added to it? Well, we've got 2 buttons which cause it to loop. We've got a reset button which temporarily switches off the power, just in case it crashes, which will happen with circuit bending. It's got 2 rotary glitch controllers, one of which makes the clock speed slow down and changes the pitch. I've got a volume control so I can mute it in case I'm doing that during a performance and it's not going right. I've got some generic glitch buttons, and I've also got a 1/4 inch jack so I can attach it straight to a sound system without having to use any adapters. The final stage of what I'm doing here is recording some sounds on the computer, just so that I've got some sort of backup in case there's an unexpected problem and the Speak and Spell dies. As I mentioned earlier, that is a risk that you run with circuit bending, that some of the bends, while they appear stable, could actually be reducing the life of the unit, so it's normally best to do this just as an insurance policy, and then I do at least have some samples I can use in songs in the future if something does happen to us. Of course, I hope that doesn't happen, and all being well, this will give me plenty of years of stupidity on stage which I can enjoy. Well, I hope that was informative, and I'll see you all later.